Hello and welcome to WCAT TV Home Edition. I'm your host Jay Sobardo, joined by co-host Cami Kamitsky. Coming up on today's show, seniors are reminded to contribute their photos and videos for the senior video, and reporter Bailey Knoll takes a deep dive into the lost lyrics of the Late Show fight song. All this and more coming up on today's show. In today's news, any junior who has not scheduled yet for their senior year, please email Ms. Hager with your requests ASAP. A scheduling email with details of requirements and recommendations has been sent to your school email. Send your requests and questions to wendy.hager@glsd.us.
Do you enjoy making projects related to science, technology, engineering, art, or math? Do you want to participate in fun STEAM activities that you can do at home? If so, join the Remote Makerspace Google Classroom with code LWLQVUG.
Seniors, this is your last opportunity to get a 2020 senior shirt. Orders are again being taken online at wildcatstore.glsd.us. Due to the current pandemic and the school being closed, the school will ship your senior shirt for free. The deadline to order is today. Shirts will be shipped once it arrives in mid to late May.
Seniors are invited to participate in our special Class of 2020 Instagram page at GLSD Class of 2020, where we are highlighting each of our seniors and their future plans. Check your school email for more details from Mrs. Yetter.
Seniors are also asked to check their email for details about submitting photos and videos for the annual senior video. The deadline for submissions is today. This video will not be possible unless seniors contribute their memories. Please check your school email for details from the TV studio.
From Monday, April 27th through Friday, May 8th, the Strive Virtual College Exploration Program will offer virtual college information sessions. These 45-minute presentations will allow colleges to speak specifically about their institutions, connect with students, and answer questions live. Register at www.strivescan.com/virtual.
Any boy or girl in grades 9 through 12 interested in trying out for the golf team in the fall should attend a meeting via Google Meet with Mr. Ria on Friday, May 15th at 2:30 p.m. The link for the meeting can be found on the golf team webpage. You can find this page under Mr. Ria's teacher page on the Greater Latrobe Senior High homepage. If you have any questions, please email Mr. Ria at scott.ria@glsd.us. Even though we aren't in the school building, Chick-fil-A Leader Academy students are still making an impact through action. Clay McClintock used his 3D printer to make face mask clips for nurses, family, and friends. He gave the clips away for free in order for individuals to stay safe. The purpose of the clips is to keep the straps for the face masks off the ears so it's more comfortable to wear. Kylie Gazdag has been making face masks to donate as well. She plans to donate 50 masks in 1 week. And Grace Gira wrote thank you cards to all of the staff members working in the ICU and PCU floors at Westmoreland and Frick hospitals. Great work, students.
In honor of the class of 2020, our athletic facility at the senior high school was illuminated at 8:20 p.m., which is 2020 military time on Friday, April 17th. Schools across the county participated in this event as well. This is one way to honor our seniors during this difficult time.
We go now to Corbin Makar for the 5-day forecast.
Good morning, Greater Latrobe. It's time for your local weather report. Looking over to today's forecast, we're going to have some rainy skies in the morning, along with a high of 59 and a low of 43. Winds will be northeast at 9 miles per hour, along with a rainfall around 1/4 inch. Moving on to our 5-day forecast, tomorrow we're going to see more rain, along with a high of 62 and a low of 46. Moving over on to Sunday, we're going to have more rain, along with a high of 51 and a 38. On Monday, we're going to have a break from that rain with some mostly cloudy skies, along with a high of 53 and a low of 38. Finally, on Tuesday, we're going to go back to those rain showers, along with a high of 57 and a low of 48. That's all for your weather report. Thanks, and back to you.
Thanks, Corbin. With the cancellation of spring sports, we will be featuring a team during each episode. Here is sports reporter AJ Rock with a look at the track team.
We go now to Mr. Maines for an update.
Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying healthy and safe. No one could have predicted a few months ago that school would be closing for the remainder of the year. I certainly didn't. I have to commend you for how well you're doing with remote learning. I'm hearing all kinds of positive feedback from your teachers. I'm also seeing the great things that you're doing to help our community during this difficult time. I wanted to give a shout out to Clay McClintock and Kylie Gazdag. Clay is using his 3D printer to make straps for masks, and Kylie is sewing masks. That is so cool. I'm sure there are others doing work to help as well. We would love to hear about it. I feel awful for all students during this time, but especially for our seniors who are missing their last weeks of high school. If you have a minute, check out our GLSD Class of 2020 Instagram page where we are recognizing them. Once again, thank you for staying connected digitally with your teachers and friends. Seniors, as we know more about when graduation will occur, we will let you know. As of now, it is still scheduled for May 28th, but that could change depending on orders from the governor. I hope everyone continues to stay positive, continue to find creative things to do during our stay-at-home order. I know here at the Maines house there has been numerous puzzles, bike riding, walks, and ping pong. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. We miss you.
So what have you been doing during this quarantine? Here is reporter Bailey Knoll with a look on how she is spending her time in this episode's edition of Quarantine with the Wildcat.
What's quarantining, Latrobe? And welcome to this new segment, where we, the WCAT TV crew, will be showing you guys how we've been spending our time during quarantine. So today, I'll be showing you what a day in my life is like during quarantine.
I usually wake up at about 12:30 to 1. Sometimes I'll have to wake up earlier if I have any video chats I have to get to. But anyways, so I'm coming downstairs, and there's my dog Ariana, and on weekdays, whenever I have to do schoolwork, I always like to go right to my workstation and see what I have to do for the day. So this is how I've been staying organized while doing school from home, and I write down all my assignments on this piece of paper and when they're due, and whenever I finish them, I just cross them off. And as you can see on my sheet, the main thing that I have to do today is read for my Vietnam class. Ever since we've been home in quarantine, I've tried to use this extra time to do more creative things that I usually don't have much time for, like taking photos. I've been trying to go out as often as I can, and today I decided to take out my 85mm fixed lens to hopefully get some good close-up shots. And if you're wondering what type of settings I like to use, feel free to have a look. After taking some photos, I thought I'd get some lunch. One thing I like about having school at home as someone who used to pack a cold lunch is being able to make a hot meal for myself every day. But I just opted for some leftover pizza today. One thing I've been trying to do every day during quarantine is go on a walk with my mom and my dog. I really enjoy the opportunity to get out of the house since that's pretty much the only place I've been recently. And I also appreciate the opportunity to unplug from my devices and get some fresh air. It has also been nice to watch spring come into bloom over the past couple of weeks. For the rest of the night, I didn't do anything too interesting. I ate dinner, I studied some more, and I relaxed. And now I'm just gonna go brush my teeth and get ready for bed. So thanks for following along one of my days in quarantine with me, and we'll see you next time on What's Quarantining Latrobe.
Throughout this quarantine, many students will be filling their days playing video games. Today we are doing a little throwback as Cole McNeil reviews the popular Wii game, Wii Sports.
Today, during this time where the world is forced to stay divided, we're going to talk about something that helped bring the world together. Something that nearly everyone has memories of. Of course, I'm talking about Wii Sports. Wii Sports was a game that came packaged in with a Nintendo Wii for free. Because of this, everyone who had a Wii had the game. Even if you didn't have a Wii, chances are you've played this game before. Wii Sports takes us through simulations of a few of the world's most favorite sports. Let's start by going through tennis. Tennis is one of the two fan favorites of Wii Sports, and most people remember it very fondly. Oh no, it's Matt. Guess I'll be losing then. The game itself is very simple. Swing the Wii remote like a tennis racket, and your Mii in the game mimics your movement. This game can be played with up to 4 people, 2 per team. It is a very streamlined tennis game, something everyone can enjoy. Next is baseball. Baseball is one of the more tricky games in Wii Sports. It can be played with up to 2 people, 1 on each team. The players take turns batting and pitching. The pitcher pretends to throw the Wii Remote as if it were a baseball, and the batter swings the Wii Remote as if it were a bat. The batter must hit the ball at the correct time to keep it on the field. With enough power, you can even get a home run. After baseball is bowling, another fan favorite. The rules are the same as standard bowling, and can have up to 4 players. To bowl a ball, hold the B button and swing your remote as if you were bowling a ball. You can even adjust your stance and angle to get a better shot. I think this game's competitive nature is what makes it one of the fan favorites. Next is golf, one of my personal favorites. In golf, you can play with up to 4 players. There are 9 different holes and plenty of clubs to choose from. You get to practice swing as many times as you want, and when you're ready, hold A and swing your remote to hit the ball. Make sure you don't hit it too hard though, or the ball will split to the left or right. There's some strategy involved, which is why I really like this one. Finally, we have boxing. Boxing was my favorite Wii Sports game as a kid. Up to 2 players can partake. For this game, you need to attach a nunchuck remote to the Wii Remote and hold 1 remote in each hand. To play, you swing each controller as if you were throwing punches. To dodge incoming attacks, you hold both controllers to your head and lean to one side. The goal is to knock out the enemy by depleting their health meter. Be careful though. They still have a chance to get back up before the counter reaches 10. If they do, try to keep knocking them down until they stay knocked out for 10 seconds. Wii Sports Boxing is a great game, and I see why I loved it so much as a kid. These are the games that make up Wii Sports. So many people have fond memories of this game, and I think it's easy to see why. These easy to understand, wonderfully crafted games are very addicting and some great multiplayer fun. During this quarantine, if you have a Wii, I encourage you to go back and check this game out. It's nostalgic and great fun, so I don't think you'll regret it.
Maybe you prefer to chill in front of the TV. Here is Kanan Mulroy with our weekly show review, Tiger King.
Hey all you cool cats and kittens, today we're going to be reviewing the hit TV show, Tiger King. Tiger King is a documentary on Netflix that follows Joe Exotic, the owner of an exotic animal zoo, and his rival, Carol Baskin, an animal rights activist and owner of Big Cat Rescue. The show follows him and other big cat owners and examines how the exotic animal business is run, getting to meet eccentric characters who help run the businesses. Overall, the show is quite entertaining and keeping the viewer on their toes, not expecting what will happen next. So the questions still remain. Is Joe actually an innocent man? Did Carol actually kill her husband? And why are tires only $2,000? Thanks, and back to you.
What would a WCAT TV episode be without What's Cooking? We go now to Preston Yingling for an update.
Thanks guys, What's Cooking, Latrobe? Just because we're at home doesn't mean we aren't eating good. We asked you guys to send in dishes and you didn't disappoint. First up, we have Senior Keely Thomas with her meal of whole grain avocado toast with red peppers and minced onions. Next, we have Junior Shelby Robinson with udon noodles cooked with soy sauce and rice wine with sides of sauteed carrots, peppers, and cabbage. Finally, we have Senior Robbie Lawfer with his own gas-grilled barbecue chicken drizzled in Newman's own original barbecue sauce. That's all for today. Thanks, and back to you guys.
Maybe you want to try some new things in the kitchen. Each week, we will provide an instructional video on a recipe for you to try out. Here are Ben and Luke Hamady on how to make delicious buffalo chicken dip.
Hello, Chef Lukey here.
And Ben Hameen.
Back with another video about the delicious buffalo chicken dip. Now let's get to these simple ingredients.
The most important ingredient obviously is rotisserie chicken. This item can be bought in any grocery store. Also, the chicken is already seasoned, which enriches the taste of it opposed to chicken breast. The cup of ranch will cool down the dip from being too spicy. If you're talking about buffalo chicken dip, you have to have the cup of Red Frank's Red Hot. This hot sauce gives your guests a friendly spice that enriches the dish. The 8 ounce of cream cheese gives the dish a nice creamy and smooth appeal. For the 1 1/2 cup of cheddar and mozzarella cheese, I highly recommend that you buy the cheese in a block form rather than buying pre-shred cheese. Shredding the cheese yourself will allow the cheese to melt easier and spread among the dish as opposed to clumping together without the waxy film. The 1/2 cup of green onions will allow your dish to be visually appealing to your guests. Lastly, the addition of a tablespoon of black pepper and garlic powder makes the dish tastier. As you can obviously see, we're going to separate the chicken into small bite-sized pieces and move them into the bowl. This allows your guests to get the right amount of chicken in each dip. When separating the chicken, you want to pull the skin and bones because that is not necessary for this dish. The reason for using rotisserie chicken instead of boiling is because you already got the right amount of seasoning instead of having to spend an extra hour to do so.
Preheat the oven for 15 to 20 minutes for
375.
Mix the dry ingredients, the black pepper and garlic powder, into the chicken. To make this have a cheesy consistency you know and love, add 1 cup of shredded cheddar and shredded mozzarella to the bowl.
Add 1 cup of my personal favorite sauce, Frank's Red Hot, which will give you the spice that you want in this dish. Did you know that Frank's Red Hot was the first buffalo sauce used in 1964? Pour in a cup of ranch into the bowl and mix it well with the other ingredients. This creates a nice hint of spice while keeping it mild. When fully mixed, it will give you the color that you should all recognize.
Add 8 ounces of cream cheese to the chicken and stir well with a wooden spoon. Transfer the uncooked chicken into a baking dish or bowl. Add a couple of pinches of green onions and a half cup of cheddar cheese and mozzarella on the top of the dish. Bake in an oven for 20 to 30 minutes at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. To serve, you can provide your guests with tortilla chips or a personal favorite Tosquito scoops. For a healthy alternative, you can use celery or carrots for that desirable crunch. Enjoy!
Did you know that Latrobe's fight song has lyrics? We go now to reporter Bailey Knoll, who investigates the lost lyrics of Cheer for Latrobe.
If you've ever been to a Latrobe sporting event, you've probably heard this before. The school's fight song, Cheer for Latrobe, which has been the fight song for many years. You can hear it being played by the marching band in their pregame performance before each home football game and at pep rallies. But what you would be hard-pressed to find is the lyrics for the fight song. Students, and maybe even some Greater Latrobe graduates, may be surprised to learn that the fight song even has lyrics, as they have seemed to disappear over time. Where did they go, and why have they seemed to just fade away from student life at Greater Latrobe? That's what I'm interested in finding out. I've been a student at Greater Latrobe for all of my education career, and up until this year, I didn't even know that our fight song had lyrics. But this past summer, I learned that there are lyrics from some of my friends in the color guard, who seem to be the last group of students to even remember them. I thought it was pretty cool, but didn't think much of it after the fact. It wasn't until our fall pep rally that the lyrics were brought back into my focus. Several successful alumni were invited back to the school, and one of them included former Secretary of the Army and class of 1961 graduate Francis Joseph Harvey. He gave a speech, and in it he mentioned how he couldn't wait to hear the fight song. Then he started singing the lyrics with no hesitation.
I've been humming the WCAT fight song, which is Cheer for Latrobe High School till we. That's all I remember. So we don't know.
Although I later realized that he accidentally sang the wrong word, I was still curious about why the fight song lyrics went from being known by students at Greater Latrobe to essentially non-existent in 2020. To start, I thought I'd talk to some of the few students left on campus who know these lyrics and the ones who taught me them, members of the color guard.
In 9th grade, when we first joined, our instructor was very adamant about us learning them, but we never did. Nobody knew them. Then, roughly my junior year, our captain that year really wanted us to learn them. Same with our sophomore year, but we still didn't learn them. Until this year, myself and my fellow captains made sure we're very adamant on the entire team learning them. We sent out the lyrics, we made sure that people were practicing them, memorizing them, and now almost the entire guard knows.
Well, actually, Miss Richards wanted us to learn them because we have like a routine that we do with the pom-poms, and it just made more sense for us all to be unified and saying the same thing.
What do the lyrics mean to you?
It means that we have another fight song to use for our school, and that we don't have only the alma mater, we have two things to show like what Latrobe is and what our pride for Latrobe is.
When everyone is cheering them, like whenever the football team scores, it kind of brings us all together. Like it's something that the whole guard knows the lyrics to, so.
The lyrics, I feel like, are very representative of Latrobe itself. And since it took so long to actually learn them, I kind of have a little bit of pride for knowing them now. And I think it would be very important for us to bring it back, because the marching band still plays it at every single game.
Why do you think the fight song lyrics to Latrobe have seemed to fall out of style and end up not really being used anymore?
I feel that they've fallen out of use because they're not posted anywhere in the school. The alma mater is posted everywhere, but the fight song Cheer for Latrobe isn't posted anywhere, so no one really knows what they are.
Well, it seems that only the marching band seems to actually play it anymore. And a lot of the times, if you're in the audience at the football games or in the den, half the time you're not really paying attention, not gonna lie, to the marching band. So it's probably just less people started using it.
While talking to some members of the color guard, one person in particular, in addition to their captains, seemed the most adamant for them to learn the lyrics to Cheer for Latrobe. Color guard director, Kate Richards.
So when did you first start having the color guard memorize the lyrics for Cheer for Latrobe?
I started working with the color guard back in 2007 and realized that they didn't sing the words to the fight song anymore. And I thought it was important for them to know it because that's part of the culture that we're trying to bring to the athletics when we're at the football games. So I thought that it was important that they knew the song and knew the lyrics so that they could cheer on their team.
How well known would you say the lyrics were whenever you first had the color guard memorize them?
When I first started, nobody knew the lyrics. They had no idea, and I still find that that's true today.
Yeah.
My upperclassmen know the lyrics because we've gone over them and I've given them a copy of the lyrics, but the underclassmen, as they're coming to us, they typically don't know the lyrics, so I think that it's important that they do learn it. When I was here, everybody knew them and everybody sang them, and now it just kind of went away.
So why do you think the fight song lyrics have seemed to fall out of style at Latrobe and not really be used anymore?
I think probably it's just a matter of generations just not passing along the lyrics, not passing along that the ideals that go along with the fight song, and it's something that even just teaching it to a small group could possibly catch on, and then others could start learning it as well. I think it's just a matter of people learning them, hearing them, hearing different groups. If more and more groups start using the lyrics and start singing the lyrics with the song, then it'll start to catch on, and then hopefully everyone will just join in.
Since many people at Greater Latrobe don't know the lyrics to the fight song, I decided to do some quick internet research to see if the web had any recollection of them. The only thing I found related to my search was the alma mater lyrics, which were in an old student handbook from 2013. But I believe I found a breadcrumb in my search that may lead me to a source that has the fight song lyrics in it. A search link I found led me to a page buried on the district website. It featured a bulletin from the Latrobe Historical Society detailing the history of the Greater Latrobe School District. And at the very bottom, under the publication section, they mentioned the Orange and Black Handbook, a book once handed out to students that had school rules, bell schedules, and official school songs and chants, which gave me hope that the fight song lyrics may be found in one of those editions. The reason why this is so important is that I was hoping to find the lyrics in an old handbook or yearbook so I could find when they first appeared and when they last appeared, before coming into its current state of being unknown. So, I went to the Adams Memorial Library in downtown Latrobe to do some research. We looked through the earliest of yearbooks from the 1920s up until the early 2000s, and we found no trace. But, despite not finding the lyrics right then, we spoke with a librarian who said she would reach out to some connections she had and see what she could find. In the meantime, I decided to reach out to some Latrobe alums who now teach at their alma mater to see what they know about the fight song.
Were the lyrics for Cheer for Latrobe popular during your time in high school?
Were not that I remember. As far as Cheer for Latrobe goes, I would say nobody knew the correct words in the time that I was in the color guard and in the marching band. Typically we would just say cheer for Latrobe, cheer, 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 which is definitely not the right lyrics.
I would say no. In all honesty, when I read these questions, I didn't know there was a cheer song, so I can't say that we knew them.
I wish I did, because looking at the lyrics, I think it's a song that every graduate of Greater Latrobe should know and every current student should know, because I think if we knew those lyrics, it would do a lot to help with school spirit.
Oh yeah, and I don't know if it was ever considered a den, but the stands were roaring.
So, it appears the fight song lyrics have seemed to fall by the wayside. Do you know why that has happened?
I wish I did. Like I said, I don't really remember. Maybe I vaguely remember the band playing that song when I was a student here. But I don't know what happened to the lyrics. That's a great question. But I would love and would do anything in my power to try to get those lyrics back and for our current students to know them.
Well, I really think that a fight song or the alma mater needs to be taught.
It probably is with the education piece. Like I said, being required to know the alma mater, I definitely know it, and I still know it today. And probably if we were required to know the other ones, I might know the actual lyrics to them too.
I don't know if it's a music class or the pep club has a chanting section, cheerleaders, whoever. I think that our fans need to be taught how to cheer effectively.
Do you think it could be possible for the lyrics to become a part of school spirit again?
I think definitely. I see how popular it is to go to if you're a student at Penn State or if you're a student at Pitt, even a fan of the Steelers or the Penguins. I mean, there are the cheers and the fight songs that as fans we have memorized, and so it's definitely a culture that I think is possible with more education.
Yeah, I think it's something we have to work as we always are with our student leaders and our pep club. We started a new pep club this year. I think that is where really where we should start is with them.
You know, I think it takes just people knowing that there is a fight song to begin with. In the gym we have the words to our alma mater hung up, so maybe that needs to be something else that's displayed and played at all the games, and when the band plays that song, maybe then if the lyrics are posted, the students would be able to sing along with it.
Hi Bailey, this is Tracy at the library. I do have some printouts for you. If you'd like to give us a call, the number is 7.
The librarian had pulled through, so I went and picked up the material she found for me. They were copies from the Orange and Black Handbook. The oldest edition that the Historical Society had was from 1928, and it featured the lyrics to Cheer for Latrobe. She also forwarded me the 1972 version, in which they no longer appeared. I had discovered when the lyrics had disappeared, which explained why not too many people know them today. But I never found a definite reason why. Why were they removed from the student handbook? Did the administrators at the time think we only needed one school song? Was it being used wrongly? Or did they just run out of space in the handbook that year and just neglect to put it in? But here's what I do know. The alums on staff I talked to would support it coming back. When I first started talking to them, they may have been a little confused or surprised to learn about the lyrics, but by the end of our interview, they seemed supportive of them and gave some good ideas on how it can make a comeback. One idea I heard multiple times on how to bring the lyrics for Cheer for Latrobe back was that the student body should be educated on the lyrics. So I tried a little bit of education myself. Alright, so have you ever heard the fight song lyrics?
I don't think so.
No, I have not.
No, I do not.
So I have them right here for you to look at. Cheer for Latrobe.
Thank you.
Alright, so what were your first impressions of them?
I think it's a pretty good song, like Cheer for Latrobe.
I think they sound strong and that it says cheer a lot though.
I believe it really does symbolize the fate of the faith that everyone has for Latrobe.
Do you think more of the student body should learn these lyrics since practically nobody knows them now?
Absolutely, yes.
It'd be good to know them. It'd be nice to hear everybody sing it at like football games or stuff or other things like that. So yeah, I think they probably should learn them.
That depends on the opinion. If people really do believe they should support Latrobe, then I do definitely think that they should learn it.
What do you think would be a good way to help teach the student body these lyrics?
I think maybe if we play it more at assemblies or maybe Compass would be a good time to learn it.
I don't know, maybe through this documentary.
Interesting.
I think that if a certain person wants to learn it, then teachers could post some sort of lyrical thing on their websites or something for them to learn it.
I wasn't really sure what I was going to find when I set out to see what happened to the lyrics of Cheer for Latrobe, but what I can tell you is that they were found. And what I also found were some alumni and students who wouldn't mind cheering on our sports teams with the lyrics of Cheer for Latrobe. And I hope after learning about this little bit of lost history at Greater Latrobe, you would like to join in and cheer for Latrobe.
We would like to showcase the talents of Greater Latrobe students in each episode. Reporter Annie Duda reached out to musician Mikey Kershaw. Here is his performance.
Hello. Sunday driving always felt so. It never rains here, it's dead anyways. And I can't stand the thought of water. So maybe driving keeps you safe. Are you tired of waiting on some air to breathe? Are you tired of me? Are you tired of waiting? Are you tired of me? Baby, set me free. Well, do you got a car? Have you got a set of keys? Tell me where you're going. Is there room for me? Have you got a car? Have you got an empty seat? Take me driving bloody somewhere. Set me free. You got a car?
Now let's pause for a moment to find calm in your day.
Another way to find calm in your day is to focus on gratitude. When people constantly focus on and appreciate positive aspects of life, they are more likely to report many positive outcomes, including overall higher well-being and lower levels of depression. This gratitude is linked with positive relationships. Broadcast students created 1-minute gratitude videos for someone who has helped you in your life. Here are videos by Abby Shearer, Adina Prue, and Emily Schrum.
Lacrosse has always had a special place in my heart. I'm grateful for my school and club lacrosse team, not only because I have made amazing friendships, but because I have a family. This family grows and thrives because it doesn't matter if you're an underclassman or an upperclassman, we all care for each other. If you're having a bad day, the team is there. If you're struggling with something, the team is there. Lacrosse challenges me every day, not just the sport, but the girls are always pushing each other to get better. This year, I joined a club team, but I was moved up to a different team. Even though I'm still getting to know the girls, they are super sweet and I am grateful to be part of such an incredible team. These club girls are amazing at lacrosse, but they are amazing friends that I have made. Both teams care greatly for each other, because during this pandemic, both teams have been having virtual meetings and so-called practices to check in on each other. It's not just a team, it's a family. You don't realize how grateful you are for something until it's stripped away. Coronavirus might have taken our season, but the girls will always hold a special place in my heart. After this pandemic, I will never take lacrosse for granted.
When I was assigned this project, I knew just who I wanted to make this video about: my friends. My friends have made a very big impact on my life. They are always there for me whenever I need them. They are always honest with me, even if it's not the response I want to hear. I can always count on them for whenever I need them. Whether it's for someone to talk or hang out with, or even get advice from, they're always there. They have helped me become a better person every day. They inspire me to be the best person that I can be. They have taught me that the little flaws in life shouldn't get in the way. My friends are my #1 fans. When it comes to cheering me on at football and basketball games while I'm cheering, or even trying new things like dance, they are always there to support me and the decisions I make. They always help me see the positive in every situation. We treat each other the way we like to be treated, with respect and kindness. When it comes to my friends at Latrobe or other schools, we all get along pretty well. We introduce each other to others and give our friend group a variety of different people. I'm very grateful for my friends. Our friendships are so close that they feel like family to me. I have so much gratitude for them, and I would not know what I would do without them.
I chose to make my gratitude video about my best friend Anna. I've known her for over 10 years and I don't know what I'd do without her. She's always been there for me. We do pretty much everything together. One of our favorite things to do is go to Rosemary's. I'm so grateful to have her because I know that anytime I need anything or that I need to talk about anything, she'll always be there for me. She's helped shape me into the person that I am today. We have so many great memories, like going to concerts like Khalid and Kane Brown. We've been best friends for so long, and I wouldn't want it any other way. If I ever need help with anything, I know that I can always count on her. Or if I'm upset, I know that she can always help me. Plus, she has 3 super cute dogs. Overall, I'm so blessed to have somebody like her in my life, and I don't know what I'd do without her.
Many of us are really missing school right now. Before we left, though, Cami asked students what they miss most about elementary school in this edition of Kid in the Hall.
The thing I miss most about the elementary school is the grilled chicken patty.
I really miss Mr. Turnbull.
I miss Mrs. Ferlin.
I definitely miss the styrofoam ice cream cups the most. I miss playing cool math games.
I think the thing I miss most about elementary school is nap time.
I miss recess. Playing Oregon Trail.
The thing I miss most about elementary school is Starfall.
Recess.
With hair salons closed, most of us are finding our styles maybe a little longer than normal. Reporter Emma Santora shares some unique ways that girls can style their hair.
These hairstyles are very easy and very quick to do. I have here the products that you need to use to accomplish the hairstyles, and they are clips, bobby pins, hair elastics, hair ties, scrunchies, a bandana, and obviously a hairbrush. This is probably my favorite hairstyle out of all of them, and it's super easy and keeps your hair out of your face. All you need for this hairstyle is a scrunchie. So I'm going to pull my hair back from the top with my hand and tie the scrunchie sort of in the middle of my hair, where my ears are. Then I'm going to pull the sides to make it loose, and finally I will pull some pieces out to add more to the hairstyle. And you can add a hair scarf if you don't want to use a regular scrunchie like I'm using. For the next hairstyle, you will need a bandana. You will need to fold the bandana from one end to the other end so it looks like a triangle. Then flip it back so the pointy part of the bandana is facing the triangle, and have the longest side up against your head, leaving some hair from the bandana and your forehead. And then pull the 2 ends back and tie in a knot. Then pull pieces from out underneath the bandana. This hairstyle is very similar to the first one I showed you, but you won't need a scrunchie, just a hair elastic. So I'm going to start the same as I did in hairstyle number 1, but I will braid the hair section I have in my hand. And I'm going to pull pieces out from the hair section first so it doesn't mess up the braid. When you are finished braiding your hair, you will tie the end of it with an elastic. For this hairstyle, you will need 2 hair elastics. To start off, I am parting my hair in the middle and taking a small section of hair on each side and have it be even on both sides as possible. And then after you are finished with that, I like to pull the section in the front so it adds volume to the hair. And you are finished with hairstyle number 4. And last but not least, I'm going to show you hairstyle number 5. And this hairstyle is super similar to the last hairstyle I showed you, but I'm going to braid the 2 sections of hair and add the last hairstyle. I hope you found these 5 hairstyles useful. Thank you so much for watching.
Broadcast students were tasked with creating a digital walk video while looking at their world a little more closely during this time. Here are projects by Christian Wedge and Annie Duda.
We will end each show with a tribute to the class of 2020.
Thanks for tuning in to WCAT TV Home Edition. We will see you next Friday. Stay healthy and stay safe, Latrobe.
We are all in this together.